Every phone call you make leaves a digital trail, an invisible record that follows your voice across the world. Whether you're calling a friend, a loved one, or a business, your conversation is never just between you and the person on the other end. Each call can be stored, analyzed, and traced back to you, creating a detailed map of your connections, habits, and even your location. This digital footprint is far more revealing than most people realize. We trust our smartphones with our most private moments, sharing secrets, making plans, or seeking help, believing our words are safe. But in reality, the idea of a truly private call is outdated in today's hyper-connected world. Even when you're alone, your phone is never truly silent. It's constantly communicating with networks, apps, and sometimes unknown listeners. The comforting sense of privacy we once had is now challenged by technology's reach. Your calls are data points in a vast, interconnected network, each one a tiny signal bouncing between towers, servers, and satellites, all leaving traces that can be pieced together. At every step, your calls are vulnerable to tracking and surveillance. Hackers, corporations, and governments have developed sophisticated tools to monitor, intercept, and analyze your communications. From the moment your voice leaves your phone, it travels through cell towers, data centers, and communication servers, each one a potential point of interception or monitoring. Every connection, every cable, and every server along the way is a possible vulnerability. Even the most secure networks can be breached and your privacy compromised. Today, tracking is silent, remote, and often invisible, happening without your knowledge, in the background, as you go about your daily life. Corporations collect call data for marketing and analytics. Governments monitor calls for security and intelligence. Even individuals with basic tools can eavesdrop or track your calls. The real question isn't if your calls can be tracked, but how and by whom. Understanding the risks is the first step to protecting yourself. In this video, we'll reveal how call tracking works, who's listening, and what you can do to keep your conversations private in a world where privacy is never guaranteed. Stay with us to learn practical steps you can take to protect your privacy and regain control over who hears your calls. Tracking a call means following the digital breadcrumbs it leaves behind. Your call travels through cell towers and carrier networks, generating metadata: who you called, when, and for how long. This metadata reveals your habits and connections, even if the conversation isn't recorded. Your phone's constant communication with towers also logs your location, mapping your movements. On the device itself, spyware can secretly record calls and ambient audio, sending it to remote servers. So, call tracking happens at two levels: network-based, metadata and location, and device-based, actual content. Each requires different strategies to defend against. Understanding both is key to protecting your privacy. When you make a phone call, you might assume the conversation is private, just between you and the person on the other end. But in reality, the list of potential call trackers is broader than you think, and your call data can pass through many hands before, during, and after your conversation. From the moment you dial, your mobile carrier is the first to log your call. They keep detailed records for billing, troubleshooting, and network management. But these logs don't just disappear. They're often stored for months or even years, creating a digital paper trail of your communications. Governments and law enforcement agencies can access this data, sometimes in real time if they have the legal authority. In some countries, mass surveillance programs automatically collect call metadata from millions of citizens, all in the name of national security or crime prevention. But it's not just officials who are interested in your calls. Many apps on your phone request access to your microphone or call logs, often under the guise of improving your experience or offering new features. In reality, this access can be used for targeted advertising, analytics, or even more invasive data collection. Some of these apps quietly sell your habits and call data to data brokers, who then create detailed profiles about you. These profiles are bought and sold in a vast digital marketplace, where your private information becomes a commodity, And then there are hackers and scammers. With the right spyware, they can monitor your calls, read your messages, and even record conversations, sometimes without you ever knowing. All it takes is a malicious link, a suspicious app, or someone briefly handling your phone. Shockingly, even people close to you, partners, family members, or colleagues, can use commercial spyware to keep tabs on your calls. These tools are widely available online and can be installed in minutes, turning your phone into a surveillance device. The motives behind call tracking are as varied as the trackers themselves. Businesses may want to analyze customer behavior, law enforcement may seek to prevent crime, and some individuals may simply want control or profit. In the end, your call data is both valuable and vulnerable. Understanding who can access it and why is the first step to protecting your privacy in a connected world. So next time you pick up your phone, remember, your calls may be more public than you realize. Meet Anna, a determined and ambitious business owner who built her company from the ground up. She's proud of her achievements and fiercely protective of her business, always striving to ensure its success and security. One day, Anna began to suspect that an employee, Mark, might be leaking confidential information. She noticed subtle changes in his behavior, furtive glances, whispered phone calls, and a growing sense of unease in the office. Driven by worry and a desire to protect her company, Anna made a drastic decision. She secretly installed spyware on Mark's company-issued phone, hoping to uncover the truth behind her suspicions. With the spyware in place, Anna gained access to every call Mark made, every number he dialed, and even recordings of his conversations. She could see his entire call history at a glance, giving her unprecedented insight into his actions. Soon, Anna discovered Mark was sharing sensitive company details with a friend who worked at a rival firm. The conversations weren't about money or sabotage, but rather careless chatter that revealed too much. Mark wasn't acting out of malice or for personal gain. He was simply being reckless, not realizing the potential consequences of his words. Anna's actions, though motivated by a desire to protect her business and employees, raised serious questions about privacy and trust in the workplace. By monitoring Mark without his knowledge, Anna crossed both ethical and legal boundaries, invading his personal privacy and creating a climate of suspicion. Mark's careless mistake put the company at risk, but Anna's secret surveillance left the entire team feeling vulnerable and exposed. The sense of violation and mistrust lingered, affecting morale and the workplace environment long after the incident. This story is a powerful reminder of how easily powerful tracking tools can be misused, even with good intentions. Technology itself is neutral. It's the choices we make and the boundaries we set that determine whether it protects or harms. Every tool can be used for good or ill, and it's up to us to decide how far we're willing to go in the name of security. The line between protection and violation is thinner than ever, reminding us to tread carefully and always consider the human cost of our actions. Call tracking motives range from legitimate to malicious. Law enforcement uses it to solve serious crimes, often with court approval. Businesses record calls for quality assurance or compliance, usually with notification. Carriers and marketers analyze call data to target ads or sell profiles, often without your full consent. On the dark side, criminals use tracking for phishing, identity theft, or control, like abusive partners or spies. The same technology that protects can also be weaponized. Understanding motives helps you spot risks and defend your privacy. Not all tracking is equal, but all deserve scrutiny. To protect your calls, use end-to-end encrypted apps like Signal or WhatsApp for sensitive conversations. Review app permissions. Deny access to your microphone or call logs unless absolutely necessary. Regularly audit your phone's privacy settings and remove suspicious apps. Turn off location services when not needed, and use a VPN to secure your internet traffic. Practice good digital hygiene, avoid suspicious links, use strong passcodes, and never leave your phone unattended. For high-risk situations, consider a burner phone for sensitive communications. privacy isn't a single fix, it's a layered defense. Make yourself a harder target for eavesdroppers. Watch for sudden battery drain, unexplained data spikes, or your phone feeling hot when idle. Strange noises during calls, random reboots, or sluggish performance can signal spyware. Look for odd text messages or apps you don't remember installing. Consider your real-world risk. Are you in a contentious situation or handling sensitive info? Trust your instincts, but look for patterns, not just isolated glitches. Technical and situational clues together can reveal if your privacy's been compromised. If you suspect tracking, stay calm and act methodically. Don't immediately wipe your phone. First, review installed apps and run a reputable antivirus scan. If you find suspicious software, back up important data, then perform a factory reset. After resetting, reinstall apps manually. Don't restore from a full backup. Change passwords for key accounts and enable two-factor authentication. If you're at risk of harm, prioritize your safety and seek help from support organizations. Treat your phone like your wallet. Never leave it unattended. Vigilance and quick action can restore your privacy. Our smartphones connect us, but also expose us to new privacy risks. Call tracking is no longer rare or difficult, it's accessible to many. True privacy requires active choices, encrypted apps, careful permissions, and good security habits. Simple steps, done consistently, make you a tougher target. If you suspect tracking, act deliberately, and seek help if needed. Knowledge is your best defense. Stay informed and proactive. With vigilance, you can enjoy technology's benefits while keeping your conversations private.